Wisbech itself has got like a deep history, and when you come in, you wouldn't really realise it.
It is a market town, historical market town. I've lived here all my life, you see.
A lovely shop on the corner which has been there over 100 years. That's probably the best thing of Wisbech at the moment. It's Everson's 19 High Street, third generation. We sell everything, it's mainly clothes. Traditional outfitters, and we get a lot of visitors come as well, so it's good for the town. Visitors love it, you know, they really do enjoy it. And they treat it like a little tourist attraction now.
Yeah, but
it's the last one left, isn't
it is.
We used to sell loads with it.
I like about Wisbech, it's like a small cozy town. Everything is not far away from each other, so like everything is just like where it's supposed to be.
The shops,
the clothes shops and new look.
So we will see the exciting new modern architecture of the Gap.
I really love the project. I mean, if it's a choice between pigeon mess covered girders or a viewing platform that can look down a brick, all this history and then bang, a load of metal and glass.
You have a choir singing there at Christmas and things like that. Then you've got the spiral staircase at the back, which takes you up onto a viewing platform. From up there, you'll have a view across the roofscapes of the town, and you're looking at the town a whole different way. You can see along the river and things like that. It's going to be quite exciting.
If it gets people interested in what's being done with the high street, it's going to draw attention to the area. It's going to bring people in, asking questions, taking photos. Bring selfie, off you go.
How much is that banana?
My father used to have a shop, well, he used to have about 8 shops in Wisbech years ago, and he had 2 jewellery shops. My dad always used to say, keep the money in the town, because one day you regret it.
The pig that went missing under the market and came back a week later, and there may well have been tunnels to take goods in.
And it could be any time after 1437 when that pipe was
Cromwell's spy.
There's a network of tunnels that go out from that point.
Allegedly, he could hear lots of things going on all around.
Somebody from the original gunpowder plot was kept as prisoner.
This was completely different. I said I'm just coming for 3 months. I'm in UK more than 10 years. Last Thursday, the Poland got special day, Donuts Day, and I was selling donuts as well. But I ran off of the donuts after 45 minutes.
I got to know the guys in Wisbech who'd lived here all their life. All the guys used to work in the fields. In the strawberry season, you come into Wisbech, you could smell the strawberries before you even hit the town. If you need money to feed your family, you'll take the job.
Go again and pick up more, 500 donuts. And I'm sold everything till 4 p.m. How many donuts the bakery making for all day? 21,000 donuts. There's cheese, cappuccino.
Because it isn't on a through road on the way to anywhere. So if people come to Wisbech, it's because they've chosen to come to Wisbech.
She was the natural daughter of James II, I think, and she ran a little shop in Granny's Cupboard, which is an antique shop in Old Market.
A little bit sticking out there. You have a nice curve, and then have a tiny
through the town centre, through the marketplace, through the horse fair, and generally make the experience of people, whether they live here, work here or visit here, more positive.
Weaving works even when you use really sort of alternative threads as such of different textures, and it's like saying that the women of Wisbech with their talents all bring a different texture to the finished product.
It's based on a Scottish theme, this one, so it's kind of reds and blues. Everybody walks through my door is just, you know, they make my business, they make my home. You get to know everybody, and I get so many people pop in and just say hello, even if they don't buy anything. You know, as a small, beautiful community, that we could come together if we just support and see the positive of Wisbech. No, you're going to always have negatives. No, you've just got to turn those negatives into positives, and I think it's a beautiful place. But I just like how people are towards each other here. Yeah.
I am not seeing community spirit like I've witnessed in Wisbech anywhere I've been. Being part of a community sometimes is that giving rather than taking. But actually, if you look at the criticisms as well, that shows a town full of people who want better.
And the people of Wisbech all have their different stories. That, you know, a lot of us have come from different places.
I am a Wisbech citizen. I live here in Wisbech. A lot of places to visit all around Wisbech. It's a really historical place. Talking with them, oh, this place is just beautiful. I've been in the museum, later the castle. You come one day here, you will see 20 ladies weaving.
Making something together, you can have different conversations.
I suppose it's got a really varied history, and because my family are originally from Wisbech, so you find out a lot of stories from them. My mum would be like, oh, hello to everybody, so that's really nice that there's always been that community spirit there still, even if it's not quite as obvious as it once was. Taking care of what's here already, the buildings, they need to be looked after because else they're just going to fall down, and helping like locals to set up their own businesses and things and be able to like rent the empty shop spaces would be really nice.
I would like to have more interesting stuff. Wisbech is just like a normal town, or something that represents legendary people from olden days.
Maybe a massive sculpture. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, or a massive theme park or something.
There's always been sort of groups of people coming into Wisbech to work on the land, be they Irish, Londoners. But we've always had Eastern Europeans. Like I say, we're a Baltic port. There's still a very strong link to Holland. Fenland Tigers.
Fenland Tigers were in response to the draining of the fens.
It's a good place for outdoor music. We don't get enough of that here. We've got a big Russian and Polish community.
The Working Men's Institute, which Jonathan Peckover set up to bring the community together for people to run clubs, initially to get the men out of the pubs and doing something a bit more productive with their lives. And it's almost like he had this great idea all those years
donated
ago.
Land for poor children to have games on, and they actually donated money for balls and bats.
There's a number of people who came from this area who have this idea about social reform.
I think this is what's sort of nicknamed as the sort of cultural quarter.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of old historic buildings around here. North Brink and the Crescent's very unique, so there are some nice parts, yeah.
Because I've lived here all my life, grown up here, we're constantly developing. Generally bringing people into Wisbech to say, we're not just a town, we're a community, and we can do a lot of other things as well.